Merab Dvalishvili is your new UFC bantamweight champion, and according to Dana White, part of that is because former champ Sean O'Malley just didn't seem to be at his best at UFC 306.
I don't disagree with you. He looked flat, he didn't look sharp, he didn't look crisp.
Really, Dana? What are the odds that O'Malley looked flat because Dvalishvili made him look that way?
Yes, absolutely. See, I make Sean O'Malley look normal.
In the 5-round war at UFC 306, Dvalishvili dominated, taking O'Malley down 6 times out of 15. But it was the Georgian's striking, feints, and relentless movement that truly left O'Malley baffled. While Dana White might downplay Merab's performance, one UFC fighter is giving full credit to the Georgian machine for that masterful display.
Sean O'Malley, in all honesty, looked a little bit flat out there. He looked like he broke him down. He looked like he broke his will. He looked like Sean O'Malley didn't really, in some moments, he didn't really look like he wanted to be there.
One thing we know for sure about Merab is his insane cardio. Aspinall, who knows how challenging it is for a heavyweight to match that level of endurance, wishes he had the same amount of gas in his tank. The Brit admires both the man and the fighter Merab has become.
I don't have cardio like Merab. I'm never going to have cardio like Merab, but I'd love to be able to have somebody like him who I can look at and be like, I want to be able to have the output that he has. And that's what I get inspiration for these guys, don't get me wrong.
Since his UFC debut in 2017, Merab has fought 13 times. After starting with 2 losses, he's since racked up 11 straight victories, thanks to his relentless pressure and wrestling dominance. The future is definitely looking bright for the new champ.
Merab went in there tonight, and he did exactly what he's done on this 11-fight win streak now. He's overwhelming, he mauls you, and he frustrates you to the point that he almost renders you helpless. This young man is going to be a good champion. He's a dominant champion. I'm excited to see what the future holds.
Merab's performance caught many off guard, especially those who predicted an O'Malley knockout. But it's time to put some respect on Dvalishvili's name and stop being surprised by his achievements, because he's simply that good. Unfortunately, many people take Merab's kindness and humor for his weakness, which is why they're often surprised when he mauls people. Josh Thompson was one of those who was surprised by how effortlessly Merab controlled O'Malley.
Merab covers distance very well when he hits his shots. When he penetrated and got deep into those legs, he was able to drive him all the way through, get him to his back. It was almost effortless.
In fact, the former UFC lightweight even bet on O'Malley to win by a submission. I repeat, by a submission. It's safe to say that he learned his lesson the hard way.
Look, I mean, let's just be honest. I was wrong on the betting. I thought Sean for sure was going to get the submission. I was leaning more towards submission than most people were leaning towards knockout. Even the betting odds had the knockout, but I had him getting the finish. I even put a little extra down on the submission portion of it all. You know, but hey, it just didn't come about.
You just can't pick them all.
Thompson isn't the first person who has underestimated Merab. At UFC 298, when the Georgian fought Henry Cejudo, the latter took him for granted as well, and he was taken for a ride when Merab picked him up on his shoulders and dumped him like yesterday's trash.
He's got Henry Cejudo picked up over his shoulders, and he's talking, and he walks him over towards Mark Zuckerberg. It's Henry Cejudo. That's an Olympic gold medalist, and you're carrying him around like he's a kid on a schoolyard who fucked up.
It's a different breed, man.
Oh man, he's an animal. Merab is an animal.
And the sweetest guy. Once
the best.
Yeah, he was really
the best. I love that dude, and everybody loves him. Like the response he gets from the audience.
Yeah,
people love him.
Cejudo underestimated Merab and paid the price for it, just like O'Malley, who had no answer to Merab's greatness.
Mojab, how you say his name?
Merab.
Merab. Man, he the man. You know, he just a worker, man. He be working. You can watch him fight, man. He does what it takes to win. We saw that against Henry Cejudo. I feel like Henry Cejudo underestimated his wrestling, and I felt like Sugar Shane O'Malley underestimated him.
Now, the primary reason why many people were predicting O'Malley to win by knockout was that he'd knocked out Merab's best friend, Aljamain Sterling, also a grappler, to win the bantamweight title at UFC 292. It was a flawless performance by O'Malley, who effortlessly stuffed Sterling's takedown attempts, frustrated him, and then drilled him with a counter right that dropped him. From there, O'Malley finished his foe with ground and pound. Merab was expected to face a similar fate, but as Israel Adesanya points out, styles make fights, and Merab is far more dangerous than Aljamain Sterling.
Styles make fights. Merab's style is not Aljamain's style.
Yeah,
when I train together, he has a different pace. So
different cardio
and different energy as well coming forward. Because Sean can fight moving backwards and sniping, but different cardio as well. If Sean hasn't felt that, and Sean can fight. Like I've seen him round 4, round 5 look clean. But Merab is like Khabib-esque. He's a mauler. He's like a fucking Millie grizzly bear. Just
Sterling is more of a grappler. He's better than Merab at submitting people, but Merab is way better than his best friend at chain wrestling and consistently stalking his opponent down. The reason he can afford to fight at a high pace and Sterling can't is because of his insane cardio, which is quite literally a gift from God.
Even when he's standing still, it seems like he's moving. It's like there's frenetic energy, and it's a good energy. Like he's always smiling. It looks like he's always ready to jump out of the building. Yeah. That's the way this dude is built, and there's just not a whole lot of people like this. This is a gift from God. To have this level of energy and conditioning is absolutely insane. And again, like, because you look at, and this is no disrespect because he is skillful with his takedowns and a lot of that stuff, but there's no one specific skill where you're like, oh my gosh, it blows me away. It's how he puts it all together is good enough, but that conditioning, you know, we use weaponized conditioning all the time, but guys like Bilal, guys like Merab absolutely are capable of doing that.
Thanks to his wrestling, cardio, and ever-evolving striking skills, Dvalishvili is a nightmare matchup for anybody in the bantamweight division, bar Umar Nurmagomedov, but even he lacks the experience that Dvalishvili has.
How hard it is to fight somebody who shoots as much as Dvalishvili, because you have to defend the takedown. So your hands drop and you can't let your hands go. Once you're done defending the takedown, now you want to throw, but you got to get your air back. So you end up always one step behind, and that's what makes Merab special. That's why he's the machine.
Merab Dvalishvili is indeed a machine, and it will take something extraordinary to stop him from delivering one masterclass after another. He's not just defeating opponents, he's also earning the respect of those hard to impress. For instance, Sean Strickland congratulated Merab on his title victory by saying, "I'm proud of you, Merab, well done." When was the last time you heard Sean say something like that to someone? Anyway, what's next for Merab? It looks like the UFC has already picked the next challenger for Dvalishvili. Undefeated contender Umar Nurmagomedov was featured on the broadcast right after the belt was wrapped around Merab, and all signs point to him being the one up next. Is it the right fight to make?
Umar, I'm not interested.
Regardless of what Merab says, Umar Nurmagomedov's undefeated record and impressive skills make him a strong contender for the title shot. Plus, the UFC would love that fight, despite the fact that Umar still has only one top 5 win. Many argue that the Dagestani needs more high-level experience, or that another contender could be more deserving.
If the UFC wants Merab to fight him, then that's who's next. I believe now him beating the number 2 Sandhagen puts him at number 2. So on paper, he should be the next guy. But as we know, the UFC kind of tends to do whatever they want to do, what they feel is going to sell the most. And I wouldn't be surprised if they shake things up and say, okay, maybe Figgy's in, or I wouldn't say Jan, but there's not clear contenders right now other than Umar and Deiveson Figueiredo.
The UFC bantamweight division is thriving, with fresh faces stepping up and seasoned fighters working their way back to the top. This is arguably one of the most exciting times for fans of the division, and I can't wait to see what unfolds next. Who do you guys think deserves to fight Merab for the UFC bantamweight title? And will the Georgian's reign last long? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. If you like the video, please subscribe to our channel and turn on those notifications. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.